Hey guys, I just picked up a Genesis Stinger skateboard. If you saw my other reviews, hey, it's alright. If you saw my other reviews, you probably saw me with the Genesis Hellfire longboard. I love the Genesis Hellfire. It's a great board. Had it for about 6 months. My only issue with it was just big and bulky and hard to carry. And I figured this board would just be a little easier to take with me. You know, it's easier to pick up. It weighs about 6 pounds less. It's not as long. The center of balance is just better, and it's just easier. It's more portable, basically, in a nutshell. So I picked one up. I got it on sale a couple weeks ago, and it came the other day. I haven't ridden it yet. I'm just taking it out today, and you know, here it is. I did a little bit of you know, basically standing on it at my house and just, you know, testing all the bolts, making sure all the bolts were on properly. Everything seems tight. You know, I had some issues with the Hellfire where the bolts were all loose and I had to tighten them up. So far on this one, everything looks good. It's a little bit different. As you can see, the battery is in this case, whereas on the Hellfire, the battery just kind of popped out. I'm not even sure if these things use the same battery as the Hellfire, but all in all, I feel like this is going to be a lot more portable. It's going to be easier to take out with my dog. A lot of times I go on walks with my dog and I have to pick up the board and walk a little bit with it. And that Genesis Hellfire longboard was just, it was just hard to carry. So I figured I'd pick up the Stinger. The funny thing is, I sold the Hellfire on Craigslist. It sold in like 2 hours, and then I ordered this. I actually didn't think these electric skateboards were that popular, but apparently they are because it sold pretty quick. So yeah, all in all, looks like good quality. So let's test it out and see how it rides. Alright guys, just got done riding this thing for about 30 minutes, and I am really impressed with the Genesis Stinger skateboard. It's pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. I was looking for something more nimble, something easier to carry, something that just felt like, you know, I could turn easier on. If I had to make a U-turn, I could make it, because it's basically, it operates like a regular skateboard. So I can just kick back on the back and, you know, do a full U-turn whenever I want to. It's an all-in-all great board. I think this is a great board for commuting around town, for school. Since it's a skateboard, you can do tricks on it too. I can't, because I'm not very good, but the only difference I noticed between the Stinger and the Hellfire is I feel like the Hellfire has a little more power. The one thing, the remote, it looks the same, but it's not the same. On the Stinger board, the remote had a little notch at top speed. It kind of clicked over, so you'd push the remote all the way up, and basically once you went all the way up, there's a little notch past the top, and you get some top speed out of it. This remote doesn't have that. I don't know if it's just the new remotes or it's a special remote for this board where they don't want you to have that extra speed. And I'd say, you know, you're losing about 2 or 3 miles per hour. This board is a little bit slower than the Hellfire. I did read there's like an unlock you can do, which I'm going to try on my next video and see if that makes a difference. But as far as the torque and everything, it's good. It's just as powerful as the Hellfire. As far as range, I don't know yet. I mean, I haven't ridden it long enough. I'll do another video down the line. But all in all, I'm glad I sold my Hellfire. And I hate to say that because I love the Hellfire. But for me, I got to carry the board a lot. I need to make, I need to make turns, especially around my neighborhood. I feel like this is just a better fit for me. This is actually the board I initially wanted to get about 6 months ago, but they were out of stock. So I ended up buying the Hellfire. And again, I love the Hellfire. Great board, great commuter board. It's definitely more stable because it's just a big board. But for me, it was just too heavy, too bulky, and I just needed something a little smaller. But as far as the quality, I mean, the quality is just as good as the Hellfire. It looks pretty much the same. I mean, there's some design differences. The battery, like I said, is built in, but everything else pretty much seems the same. You know, the charging cord's a little bit different too. It uses this little standard plug, whereas the Hellfire uses this weird connector. But other than that, guys, I think this is a really good board. I recommend it. I'll do some other videos down the line, but it's just, in a nutshell, it's just a lot easier to maneuver, and it's a lot lighter. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, with about the same power, I think you should go with this board, especially when you compare it to the other boards out there this size. They really don't compare. I mean, a lot of the other boards this size have a top speed of like 8 miles an hour, 4-mile range. This board, they claim, has about a 20-mile range and a 15-mile-per-hour top speed. So, you know, all in all, you're pretty much getting a better ride out of this one, a better bang for your buck, and it's about the same price as the Acton board and a few of the other boards out there. And of course, it's a lot cheaper than the boosted board. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Later.